Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of drugstore makeup, and I am super excited. You guys know I love drugstore makeup, I love high-end makeup, and I just like to have a good mixture here on my channel. So in today's video, we're all about drugstore makeup. So I'm going to be featuring some new products that I shared in my recent drugstore haul. I also picked up a few more things from the drugstore that I haven't even shared on my channel yet. And I'm also going to be using some of my drugstore favorites. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look using all of my drugstore makeup, then let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so starting off with the look, I'm going to take the Covergirl Easy Breezy Brow Define Pencil. This is in the shade Soft Brown, and this has become my favorite brow product from the drugstore. So we're just going to go ahead and fill in the brows really quick. The next step that I like to do is clean up the brows with the concealer. So I'm going to take my Wetnwild Photo Focus Concealer and just put a little bit under the brows and over the brows to carve them out. Now we can blend out all of that concealer. So this is why I like to do my brows first, because when I go in with the concealer, it gets pretty much everywhere. So just imagine what it would look like if I did my brows last after my whole entire face was done. So this is why I like to go in with my brows first, especially when I'm doing a full beat face. But when I'm doing something that's like an everyday, natural, realistic look, I do my brows last because I don't go in with any concealer. So before filming this video, I went ahead and applied a primer, and it wasn't from the drugstore. That's why I'm really not talking about it or showing it in this video, because this video is all about drugstore products. I just ran out of the primer that I used from the drugstore. It was the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. You guys know I rave about it so much on my channel, and that's pretty much the only primer that I really swear by from the drugstore. But I don't have it since I ran out of it, so I just went ahead and applied a primer that's not from the drugstore, which was the Too Faced Hangover Primer. So I definitely need to get another one of those primers. But anyway, let's talk about the foundation that I just purchased. It is the Loreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick. So these are the new foundation sticks. Y'all know I love a foundation stick, especially when I'm doing my natural everyday makeup looks when I go to work. But I was very excited when I saw these. I got these out of Ulta, but I did see these in Walmart. But I got 3 shades because I honestly didn't know what shade would work for me. So I got the shade Honey, and then Cocoa, and then Chestnut. So Chestnut is the darkest shade out of the 3. So this will be kind of like a first impression on this foundation. I've never tried it. I've never swatched it. So this is going to be a first impression. But let me go ahead and swatch all 3 of them. I'm going to swatch them on my face, so that way I could see which one would, you know, work the best for today's look. So the first one is Honey. This was the lightest one. So I'll swatch it right here. Oh, these are so creamy. Cocoa. Y'all, these glide on like butter. It almost feels like I'm applying the Hourglass foundation stick. That's how smooth it feels on the skin. But there is Cocoa, and then the last one is Chestnut. They're so creamy. I can't get over how creamy they feel. But just by the looks of it, I think I'm gonna go with Cocoa. And by the way, this is how much product you get in the foundation stick. I'll do it up close so you guys can see it better. The actual packaging is a little bit longer than the Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick. I wish I had it nearby. Do I have it? Hold on one second. All right, so this is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick, and then we have the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear foundation stick. So here's an up close so you guys can see it better. And this one by Maybelline, I actually purchased this one not too long ago because I ran out of the one that I had. I've used quite a few of these. These are my favorite foundation sticks from the drugstore, but I'll just go ahead and twist it up. I barely use this already. This is probably one use already, but I'll twist it up so you guys can see or just see how they look side by side. So there they are. So this one is L'Oreal, and then we have Maybelline. It looks like you actually get around the same amount of product. So with the Maybelline, you're getting, does it say on the bottle? Does it say? Okay, 0.32 ounces of product in the Maybelline foundation stick, and with the L'Oreal foundation stick, you are getting, where is it? It doesn't say? Okay, yeah, 0.32 ounces. So you're getting the same amount of product. It's just that the one from L'Oreal is taller than the one from Maybelline, like the actual packaging, but you are getting the same amount of product. Let's go ahead and apply this on the face. I love how creamy this feels. It literally glided on my face like butter. So I'm just gonna blend it out with the new e.l.f. Beauty Sponge that I purchased. I featured this in my recent drugstore haul, and I ended up picking up another one because a lot of you were saying how good this sponge was. So, you know, I had to get another one. Now I've already dampened this one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pat the foundation in. Y'all, some foundation sticks do not blend good with the beauty sponge, and this one is blending so easily. Like, so, look how good of a match that is. Do y'all see? This is one layer of the foundation stick. I actually want to go over it again with another layer because we're doing a full beat for today's video, but this is just one layer, and I still think it looks really nice. The color is perfect, very perfect, and it blended out really, really easily. I like how it's very creamy on the skin. It's not drying, it's just very creamy, and it does give me that dewy look, so it's not too drying on the skin, which is what I like. So I'm gonna go over it one more time just so that we can have that extra coverage for today's look. All right, so this is what the second layer is looking like. You can definitely see that I have more coverage on the skin. This does look very dewy on the skin, but of course we're gonna fix this once we set everything later on. But as far as the coverage, it's really nice. I love how it feels so creamy once you apply it, and it's easy to blend out with a sponge. So I do like the sponge too, by the way. So now we're gonna go in with concealer, and these are the two concealers that I have been using together recently, and I love it. So I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Dark Cocoa, and then I have the Flower Beauty Concealer, which I did a full review on this concealer recently on my channel. I'm gonna have the video down below in the description, but this is the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. So right here I'm just applying the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I like to apply this one first, and then we're gonna go on top with the Flower Beauty Concealer. So you can see the color is very, like, it's not as light, and the Flower Beauty Concealer is a little bit lighter, so this is gonna give me more of a highlight and also give me that extra coverage. So I'm actually gonna go in with the darker foundation stick in the shade Chestnut, and just use this as my contour. I usually don't do this, but I figured since I have this, I might as well, you know, make use out of it. Whoa, okay. Let's go over this like this. So for the setting powder, I'm using the e.l.f. Beauty Shield setting powder in the shade Golden, what is it, Sheer Golden. This is what the packaging looks like. If I had to choose one of my best drugstore setting powders that I have in my collection, I would definitely choose this one. I like this setting powder because, for one, it is very, very, very finely milled, and also it keeps my concealer set all day long on the skin. It doesn't make it look creasy. So I just like how it sets everything. I like how it makes everything look smooth, and it just lasts on the face all day long. So that's one thing that I really like about this setting powder. Now to go over the rest of the face, I'm going to take my NYX No Filter powder. This is in the shade Deep Golden. So I like to place this anywhere that I did not place the translucent powder, so that way, you know, it can set the rest of my face. You can definitely use this as an all-over face powder, or if you would want to use it as a bronzer, but I like to focus it more on the areas of the face that I did not apply that translucent setting powder. So I just go over pretty much the perimeter of my face, and then whatever is left on the brush, I'll just go in and just make everything blend together. So I really don't have to apply a bronzer since my face looks warm already, but I do want to share this bronzer that I just found from e.l.f. This is in the shade Deep, and I found this one when I was in Walmart the other day, and it is the deepest shade, but I wanted to try it out. So since, you know, we're doing an all over, you know, drugstore tutorial today, we're just gonna go ahead and try this out to see if it shows up. Ooh, it is very pigmented. Yeah, so we're gonna try it out and see if it shows up on my skin, which it does. It's really warm though, so if you don't, ooh, and it's like really pigmented. If you like really warm bronzers, like this one kind of looks like it has a little bit of red to it, but if you like that, then you may like this bronzer. But the fact that it shows up on my skin is like crazy. So you can definitely see it in this area. So it's definitely warm, really, really pretty. It does have little specks of shimmer in it. You can barely see it though, but I do like how I can actually see it on my skin tone. So jumping into the eyes, we're going to be taking two new drugstore palettes. So I recently did a haul on some of the new palettes, and these two were in that haul. And a lot of you were asking me to do a look with the new Milani Gilded Desires palette. So I'm going to be taking this palette, and I'm also going to be dipping into this one as well, because I do want to take a this brown out of here to use as my transition color. So let's do this. So in the Maybelline City Mini palette, this is in the shade High Rise Sunset. We're just gonna take this brown right here and place this in the crease. I love how these shadows are blending, like, just by using this one shade in this palette. This is my first time using this one, like on the eyes. I have swatched it though, but this is the first time using it on the eyes. But I do like this color, and I like how it blended out really easily in the crease. It's really pretty. I almost kind of want to just use this palette, but we ain't gonna do that. All right, so now picking up the Milani palette, I really want to go into this green color right here and place this on the lids. So I think that's what I'm gonna do in today's video. It is so pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, so I think I wanna place this all over the lid. It's cute. I may just go ahead and wet my brush because I want this green to show up more, but there is a lot of fallout. So, let me just put a little bit of that powder on my face so that way I can just dust it off later on. So that way when the shadow falls off on your face, you can just dust it away once you get done. I'm still packing that shade on the lid. I haven't dipped into any Fix Plus yet, so I think it's working out without having to wet the brush, but I feel like if I wet it, the shade will show up even more, but it still looks really pretty. Now I'm going in with that black shade in this palette, this right here, and just placing this on the outer part of the lid and blending it into the crease. For my bottom lash line, I'm going to use this black, and I'm also going to go into this burgundy just to kind of mix these two together and blend it down there, so that way it won't look too harsh on the bottom lash line. Well, since we're pretty much done with the eyes so far, I'm just going to go ahead and swipe, or just wipe. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe away the rest of this setting powder with my brush. Let me just wipe that away, because we're pretty much done with the eye area. We're just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of some mascara and also some lashes after I get done smoking out my bottom lash line. So for the lashes, we're taking the Ardell Double Up Demi Wispies. You guys know these are my favorite lashes from the drugstore, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on and I'll be right back. So now that I have all my lashes, we're gonna go ahead and brighten up the inner corner of the tear duct. You guys know that I always use a color that's very bright, like a gold or a champagne color, or even a pop of color like teal, but today I wanna switch it up and go into this metallic red. I don't know how this is gonna look, but I think it's actually gonna look really pretty. I don't know, we're gonna see. Probably can't really see it much, but just place it right there and also kind of drag it down towards the bottom lash line. Now I'm gonna go into this shade right here and place this on the top of that red to see how it looks. Yeah, so that color definitely made that pop. All right, so we're finally done with the eye look, and I do like how it came out. I think it's really cute. So let's go ahead and finish up the face. So for my blush, I'm using this blush by e.l.f. This is in the shade Always Spicy, and I have been using the mess out of this blush. This has easily become one of my favorite blushes from the drugstore. It is a matte blush. It doesn't have any shimmer to it, but it looks so pretty on the cheeks. So let me find my brush. Look how pretty it looks. Like, it's just so pretty. Okay, so for the highlighter, I'm gonna take the new Loreal Crushed Foiled Highlighter, and this is the one that I used, or not used, but featured in my recent drugstore haul. And when I swatched this, y'all, I'll go ahead and swatch it for those who haven't even seen it yet, but y'all, that is crazy. So I cannot wait to put this on the skin. Oh, and I did pick up this new brush from Walmart. This is the Milani highlighting brush. And looking at this brush, can you guys tell me what brush it looks like? Yes, it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting brush. And I wish I could find mine so I can show you guys them side by side, but let me know if your brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills, if it's raggedy or if it's just not, you know, working as good as it did when you first bought it. Like, I feel like the bristles on mine, like, they are sprouting everywhere. They're not, you know, put together anymore. It's like they're shedding. It felt really prickly on the skin. It's just like the brush hairs on that brush was not good quality. I don't know. Let me know if you guys had that same problem with your Anastasia brush, but this one looks very similar to it, and I really wanted to show you guys my other brush just so you guys can see them side by side, but I have been looking from top to bottom in this room for that brush and I cannot find it. But I do know this looks very similar to it. I think this was only $8. So if you guys have the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush and it doesn't work as well as it did when you first bought it, or if it's just not a good brush period and you want something that's similar to it, then try this one out. And it's called the All Over Blending Brush, but on the plastic that it comes in, it'll say highlighter brush. So yeah, but anyway, moment of truth. Let's see how this highlighter looks on the face. It does look a little chunky when I'm placing the brush in there, so I don't know how this is gonna work. Oh, yes. Do you guys see that? Now, one thing I do notice with this highlighter is it's chunky. So you may want to use a setting spray on your brush first, but of course I didn't use it, but it still looks so pretty. Like, look how bright Look at that. I never really use setting sprays to apply highlighter, but I mean, this one you may want to do that, but even without it, it looks so good. Look how, ooh, girl. And I like this brush. Like, I really like this brush. L'Oreal highlighter. Do I pick this one over the Maybelline? Yes. Hell yes. So for the lips, I'm going to take this new shade from the Rimmel London liquid lipstick in the shade Love Bite. And this is one of the ones that I featured in my recent drugstore haul, so I want to use this one in today's video. And I'm also going to top it off with the new L'Oreal Crushed Foil Gloss. Now, I don't know how this gloss is going to look on top of this lip color, but I want to use it so bad, and I really want a glossy lip in today's video. So we're gonna try it out. I'm actually gonna put a little bit of lip balm on my lips really quick. This is by Milani. It's called the Keep It Smooth Luxe Lip Treatment. And this is very lightweight. It's not a thick balm. So if you want something that's really lightweight to wear under your liquid lipstick, like this feels really thin. I just think this will be good to wear if you know, needing to moisturize your lips before you apply your liquid lipstick. So let's go ahead and apply this lip. Oh yes, I like this color. It's like a brick red, which is really pretty. And it feels really comfortable too. It's not drying on the lips. It's already drying down, but it doesn't feel like it's dry. So, that's really pretty. Ooh. I honestly don't want to mess this look up with applying this gloss on top because I like how the color looks good with the eyes. Like, that is cute. I don't know. No. We're not going to do it. We're not going to mess this look up with the gloss. So I will swatch the gloss though. So those of you who haven't seen it. But I wanted to get this because it looks very, very similar to the Too Faced, what is it? The Melted Gold. It came with, when they came out with the chocolate, the Melted Chocolate palette. I forgot what it was called. But the gloss looks just like this, and I just wanted to try it out because it was a cheaper version of it, and of course share it with you guys. But this is what it looks like up close. It is by L'Oreal, and you can pick this up from Walmart. So I'll go ahead and show you guys a close-up of the swatch. So it's just a glittery gold gloss. So yeah, we're not gonna mess up this look because I like this, so I'm not gonna mess it up with the gloss, but we will use this. We're gonna use this in another video because I do have another planned full face of drugstore type related video coming up soon. So we are gonna be using this. But anyway, this is the completed look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this full face of drugstore makeup. Let me know if there's anything that I used in today's video that you have already tried out. I would love to know your thoughts on it. If you like it, if you don't like it, let me know. And yes, I think that is all that I have for this video. Make sure you guys thumbs it up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.